Hey everyone, welcome to the Comfy English Podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are here to pull back the curtain on the real, messy, everyday language you actually need to navigate the world.
On this show, we don't just read out of a textbook. We dive into global mindsets, unpack cultural differences, and explore the subtle ideas and expressions that take your English from intermediate to totally natural.
So, Sarah, have you seen all these videos online lately about the 5 a.m. club? Everyone is claiming that waking up before the sun comes up is the absolute best way to find success.
Oh, I definitely have, Jake. It seems to be the trendiest lifestyle craze at the moment. But honestly, waking up at dawn just sounds completely dreadful to me.
Wait, dawn? You make it sound so dark. It is just that quiet moment when the first light hits the morning sky. Come on, it is not that bad. My dad always told me that the early bird gets the worm.
Right, the early bird, a classic American expression. Over here, we usually say someone is up with the lark if they get out of bed early. A lark is a lovely morning bird, you see, much nicer than a worm.
Up with the lark. I like that. It sounds a lot more peaceful than chasing worms. But seriously, getting up early makes me feel way more productive than waking up late.
Productive, right. So you feel like you actually achieve more? You get more tasks checked off your list throughout the day?
Way more. My productivity skyrockets because there are zero distractions at 5 a.m. No emails, no texts, nothing. It is the quietest time of the day.
I suppose that makes sense. It is certainly quieter than the chaotic afternoon. But what about your daily routine? How do you actually structure your morning schedule?
Well, my routine, my regular habit, starts with a big glass of water. Then I exercise for 20 minutes, followed by reading. It is a highly structured habit.
That sounds incredibly disciplined. But let us be honest, Jake. Aren't you completely exhausted by noon? I imagine you must feel utterly tired and drained.
Yeah, I will admit, I am totally exhausted. Like, completely wiped out if I do not go to bed early the night before. You have to adjust your whole sleep schedule.
And that is the hardest part. For me, staying up late to read or relax is far more beneficial than forcing myself out of bed when it is pitch black outside.
Beneficial? So you think night owl hours are more helpful and advantageous for your well-being?
Absolutely. I find that my mind is sharper in the evening. It is a more useful time for my creativity. I choose to prioritize my sleep over some arbitrary morning rule.
Ah, prioritize. So you place sleep at the very top of your list. You treat it as your main priority.
I decide what is most important, and sleep wins every time. If I do not get 8 hours, I am much angrier and less focused than usual.
Fair enough. But scientists say that morning light helps regulate your body clock. So waking up at dawn, right at that first break of day, is actually biologically healthier.
That might be true for some, but everyone is different. Is a morning routine really the absolute greatest predictor of success? I am highly skeptical.
Maybe it is not the greatest, but it is definitely better than rushing out the door 10 minutes before work. That is the worst feeling ever.
Oh, I agree that rushing is terrible. But my morning habit is just a bit slower and gentler than yours. I do not need to leap out of bed to feel successful.
I get it. But think about the quiet. At 5 a.m., the world is calmer than a library. It is the most peaceful hour you will ever experience.
But Jake, if you go to bed at 9 p.m. to achieve this, aren't you sacrificing your social life? That sounds like a much lonelier way to live.
It can be a bit lonely. I miss some late night movies, but I have realised I need to prioritise my personal goals over staying up late watching television.
So you intentionally organize your life to put those personal goals first. I can respect that commitment, even if it sounds quite extreme to me.
It takes discipline for sure. When that alarm goes off, I feel exhausted for the first 5 minutes. It is a struggle not to hit snooze.
See? You are totally spent and weary right at the start of your day. That sounds like a thoroughly miserable way to begin the morning.
But after a cup of coffee, I feel 10 times more energetic than before. The productivity boost I get is absolutely massive.
So, you believe the rewards of this schedule are far more beneficial than the comfort of sleeping in. The advantages outweigh the disadvantages?
Way more beneficial. I finish my most difficult work tasks before my co-workers even eat breakfast. It makes my workday much easier.
I suppose finishing early is nice, but what about the winter? Waking up at dawn in December is significantly harder than waking up early in July.
Oh, you are not wrong there. Winter is definitely the most challenging season for the 5 a.m. club. It is freezing and dark.
Exactly. In the winter, being up with the lark is practically impossible anyway, because the birds are still asleep themselves.
True. The birds are smarter than me in December. They know that staying warm is the best strategy.
So, we agree that sleep is important, but let us look closer at this strict routine you follow. Does it ever get boring? Doing the exact same actions every single day?
Sometimes it feels repetitive, but a consistent routine reduces decision fatigue. I do not have to think about what to do next. I just do it.
So your structured system saves your brain power for later. You do not waste energy on minor choices in the morning.
Precisely. It frees up my mind. But tell me about your schedule, Sarah. What does your ideal morning look like if you do not wake up at dawn?
Well, I wake up around 7:30 a.m., just as the sun is getting higher. I think a gradual, peaceful wake-up is much better for my mental health.
7:30? Wow, by 7:30 I have already been awake for 2.5 hours. I feel like the day is half over by then.
But that is exactly my point. Why rush? I prioritize a calm mind. I have a hot cup of tea, look out the window, and slowly prepare for the day ahead.
So your main priority is peace of mind, while my main priority is maximum output. Both are valuable, I guess.
Indeed. Your method might lead to higher productivity in terms of tasks completed, but my method keeps me from feeling utterly exhausted by Friday.
That is fair. By Friday afternoon, I am definitely the most tired person in the office. I usually crash on the couch pretty early.
See? That proves my point. Is it truly beneficial if you are just moving your exhaustion from the morning to the evening?
Well, it is useful because my energy is spent on things that matter to me, rather than just wasting time late at night on social media.
That is a good argument. Scrolling on a phone late at night is probably the least productive thing a person can do.
Exactly. It is the worst habit. So even if the early bird gets the worm phrase sounds old-fashioned, the concept is still pretty solid.
And even if being up with the lark sounds a bit too cheerful for a dark winter morning, I can see why people try to do it.
Maybe the key is flexibility. Waking up at dawn might be the most effective strategy during the summer when the weather is nicer.
Yes, a seasonal routine sounds much more reasonable. It is definitely less extreme than doing it all year round.
So, are you going to try setting your alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow? just as an experiment.
Absolutely not, Jake. I love my sleep too much. I will stick to my later schedule, and you can keep being the most productive guy we know.
Deal. I will enjoy the sunrise and you can enjoy your extra sleep. Both ways can work, as long as we prioritize what makes us happy.
Perfect. A balanced approach is always the wisest choice. Enjoy your early morning. Rather you than me.